All right, Susie, thank you. It is the first day of the Republican National Convention today. Coming up next right here on News 8 at 5:30. We're going to take a look at how the cities chosen for conventions could have an impact on the election.
Also coming up tonight at 6, local police departments weighing in on the deadly attacks in Baton Rouge and what they're doing to keep their officers safe. Those stories and more tonight on News 8 at 6. This week, the Republican convention. Next week, the Democratic convention, both setting up shop in swing states. And as Mark Meredith reports tonight, where the conventions happen could have an impact on the election in November.
Political conventions are built for worldwide audiences, but this year, both Democrats and Republicans are hoping to reach people much closer to the action. Voters in Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Where else would you want to put your convention other than in a critical swing state?
Alan Lichtman is a political scientist with American University who says it's no coincidence the parties are holding conventions in two major swing states.
There are three crucial swing states: Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Democrats need to win at least one. Republicans probably need to win two of those states to get an electoral college majority.
In Cleveland, the GOP convention is estimated to bring in $400 million to the city's economy. It's an impact that could play well for undecided Buckeye voters in November. A week later, Philadelphia gets its turn to play host. The Democratic convention is expected to bring in at least 50,000 visitors. The city's mayor says the year-long preparation will no doubt pay off.
But we are extremely prepared for this. We've done it in the past, and we expect to be able to do it well in the future and the end of July.
But will the week-long infomercial do enough to ensure voters in Ohio and Pennsylvania stick around? Experts tell us don't bet on it.
And I don't think too many people are going to think, I'm so grateful you come to Pennsylvania or Ohio that I'm going to vote for you.
It's not just the cities that are making money. Residents in Cleveland and Philadelphia are cashing in on this unique opportunity, putting up their homes on sites like Airbnb, renting them out for thousands of dollars during the main event. Reporting in Washington, I'm Mark Meredith.
You can see ABC News live coverage of the Republican National Convention tonight on the News 8 app. There's a live blog with up-to-the-minute information. At the end of the night, we'll wrap up everything for you here on News 8.
Live, News 8 at 6 starts now.
Downpours are soaking cities as severe thunderstorms move across the state. Storm Team 8 is tracking it.
They work so hard in there to risk their lives for everybody. We want to be there to help them also.
Helping firefighters dealing with the intense heat, not just from fire, but also from Mother Nature.
I don't think we've ever seen a time in our careers where we've had such targeted violence against police officers.
And local police are reacting to the attack on police officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, what they are doing to stay safe amid rising tensions.
All right, first, though, those downpours, lightning and thunder, the state under a severe thunderstorm watch tonight. Hi, everybody. I'm Darren Kramer.
I'm Ann Nyberg. We're going to have high winds. They're a main concern for us tonight. Let's take you outside right now for a live look at New London. Skies are a bit ominous, clearing a little bit. Maybe it's just getting started. Let's get you right over to Storm Team 8 senior meteorologist Fred Campagna to let us know. Fred.
Yeah, New London just about to get some rain, but the storm is weakening as it moves through Middlesex County into New London County. That is good news. It'll bring some rain, not real torrential downpours, but this is a storm with a history of causing some wind damage in Fairfield County, the eastern half of it, all of New Haven County, especially right along the shoreline, seeing several reports of downed trees and some branches and some power lines and some isolated power outages as well. But now as we look at the latest radar here, we're seeing a lot less red and orange on the radar, just more green and yellow, not as many lightning strikes either. And this is going to roll through New London County in the next half hour. So it's just on the cusp of getting to New London itself and into the 395 corridor. It extends down into Long Island Sound, so a problem for mariners as well. But some steady rain coming through. That storm is losing a lot of its punch. There are a few more thunderstorms off to our north and west. We'll be tracking those during these evening hours, and another line of some showers and some storms possible a little bit later on. The severe thunderstorm watch is set to expire at 8 o'clock this evening. After the last line of storms comes through right around midnight, it will turn a lot less humid for us overnight, and tomorrow we're set up with some real pleasant weather. So again, it's scattered thunderstorms that are possible during this evening. With any luck, the worst of them are over, where we had that wind damage along the shoreline, and primarily in New Haven County. We have some pleasant weather to talk about in the middle of this week. I'll show you the 8-day forecast coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Fred, thanks. Those thunderstorms, as they came through, did cause more than 9,000 power outages across the state. You can see the hardest hit spots there. New Britain, Manchester, Bristol, Coventry, and Guilford, all communities dealing with some power outages right now.
The strong winds could be to blame for bringing down some trees in New Haven. This is a live look from our weather lab at all the branches on Columbus Avenue. And this is a reported photo of trees down on Columbus Avenue 2 in New Haven as it blew right through. Here's another look at a tree, a big one that fell on a motorcycle. This was in West Haven. And this is video sent into News 8 just moments ago of a tree down in Stratford. You can see where it split right at the bottom. You can send us your storm photos to report it at WTNH.com.
Well, the hot, humid weather today can be summed up in one word: uncomfortable. Before those storms came through, it felt sticky out there today. At Shenectady Golf Course in Groton, players on the Connecticut Senior Open all used golf carts because it was just too hot to walk the fairways today. Nearby, folks from Pfizer spent their lunch break going for a run or a group walk, and they look forward to any trees they could find along the way.
Where there's shade, and hopefully there'll be a little breeze down around the water.
I think if I was running, it'd be a little too much, but if we walk, we'll be okay.
Drinking a lot of water is also key to keeping cooler and staying healthier in all this heat. Be sure to download the free Storm Team 8 app for your smartphone or tablet to get the weather alerts right in the palm of your hand.
We're learning this evening that the man who shot and killed 3 police officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and wounded 3 others, one of them critically, investigators say today that the shooting Gavin Long planned, it was an ambush and opened fire on his 29th birthday. Long was a former Marine who served in Iraq and was honorably discharged. Investigators say days ago he filed paperwork to change his name to pledge himself to a black extremist movement. Long had an AR-style rifle and a semi-automatic pistol. Dressed all in black, he waited for police to arrive.
We believe while this individual was in the city, he was looking for locations to specifically target police officers. No doubt in my mind, you're going to see as we walk through this, there were citizens walking all through the area. He never encountered, he completely dismissed every single one.
Long was stopped when a SWAT team officer shot him dead from about 100 yards away.
The shooting deaths of those police officers in Baton Rouge is being felt across the country now, including here in Connecticut. News 8's Jason Newton today talked with the local police chief about new approaches he is recommending now in light of those assassinations.
It is a time of unprecedented turmoil. Uncharted times even for the most seasoned police veteran.
I don't think in my 28 years that I've seen such violence targeted directly towards police officers just because of the fact that they are police officers.
From Baton Rouge Sunday to Dallas 10 days prior, 8 police officers have been ambushed and murdered during 2 separate mass shootings. A black band worn over the badge mourns their deaths.
Officers just existing in their patrol cars or responding to calls that are not necessarily likely to be violent calls are turning into those violent calls.
Fairfield Chief Gary McNamara says the result is sure to be wary police officers, even under the most routine of circumstances.
These instances oftentimes will make us more distant from our communities.
McNamara is a spokesman for the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association. He says they will direct all officers to practice situational safety at all times, even during breaks, and that this is the time to engage their communities in dialogue, since vigilance on all sides is needed. A sentiment that is shared by state police as well.
It's on the forefront of our mind every time we put this uniform on, every time we get in this car. Vigilance is right there. We know that we need to remain vigilant.
Jason Newton, News 8.
Stay with News 8 on air and online for continuing coverage of those officers killed in Baton Rouge.
Police in Hartford continue to look out for others giving a 10-year-old girl the royal treatment today. It was quite a Make-A-Wish send-off for 10-year-old Daniela's Marquez's trip to Florida. Hartford police arranged a 3-motorcycle, 7-police car escort from her home to Bradley Airport for her flight to Tampa. Daniela suffers from curvature of the spine known as scoliosis and will visit an aquarium to see the dolphins.
One of the dolphins have scoliosis like I do, and I just want to see it because it doesn't have a tail.
Daniela's will be visiting Clearwater Marine Aquarium to see a dolphin that has a prosthetic tail. Connecticut State Police are helping children who are in need of school supplies. They're holding a drive to collect backpacks, pens, pencils, anything children need for the classroom. Sneakers are also being collected. Kids outgrow them pretty fast. There is a growing need for them as well.
This is the first year that we will be asking for donations of shoes and sneakers. Again, shoes and sneakers of all sizes, kindergarten right up through that 18-year-old high school male.
You can drop off donations at State Police Headquarters on Country Club Road in Middletown, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. until 4:30 in the afternoon. New at 6 police in Hampton are looking for a man they say stole a bike at a gunpoint from a boy, and it doesn't end there. Police said the suspect pointed a gun in the face of a 9-year-old boy on Ridge Road, then took the bike over to the Dollar General store where employees say he tried to leave with concealed items that he had taken. When employees shut the power sliding glass door, the suspect used a metal shelf to break the door. Look closely. Do you know who this is? If you can help police find him, call Hampton Police.
Yeah, we are following those thunderstorms making their way across the state right now. Storm Team 8 meteorologist Fred Capani has the latest when they will hit and your 8-day forecast coming up in just a minute.
Hot humid weather is making a tough job even tougher. More on how firefighters are making sure they are prepared.
And a new tenant in the Colt building. That and more when we come back. The new at 6 tonight. Looks like more jobs will be opening up at a farm in Basra. The Hillendale Egg Farm is starting construction now on 2 new cage-free egg facilities. One will house more than 2 million birds, and a separate cage-free area will hold another 600,000 birds for newly hatched chicks to be raised. That farm will be adding 75 jobs to help take care of those new areas.
All right, this is a live shot of the famous Colt building in Hartford. It is now home to the offices of U.S. Senator Chris Murphy. He moved his office over to the renovated East Armory building in Coltsville over the weekend. Coltsville recently obtained National Historical Park status. It's the birthplace of Connecticut manufacturing, where Colt firearms were made during the Industrial Revolution.
Well, hot weather making the job even tougher for firefighters right now. We're going to show you how one town is making sure they back up their bravest coming up. But first, here's Fred.
We went from the hottest day of the year so far to thunderstorms this afternoon. And right now, a weakening storm is moving into New London County. In fact, let's check out our live camera from New London, see what it looks like. Pretty ominous out there. This storm not packing the punch that it once did. I'll let you know what's ahead for the middle of the week with the 8-day forecast coming up.
A two-alarm fire in Meriden today has 7 people looking for a place to stay.
Yeah, the hot weather today made a tough job even more dangerous.
Firefighters in Meriden rushed to a house fire on Britannia Street around 4 in the morning. Flames broke out in that 2.5-story wooden home.
The initial dispatch was 3 engines, the truck company, and the shift commander. Quickly went to a second alarm.
Crews from Berlin and Wallingford were called in to help get things under control. The intensity of the flames is always a danger for the bravest, but today the hot summer weather became its own danger.
Our guys are holding up pretty good considering the weather. They've been very good. We set up a rehab center for them, and we did bring in extra manpower due to that.
You can imagine with a full suit on, a heavy suit to protect them, and then all that heat in there also. So it's tough on them.
Paramedics were brought in to make sure firefighters didn't suffer a heat illness because of this hot, humid weather. The deputy fire chief says the summer heat and the heat of the fire can easily make a room upwards of about 1,000 degrees.
It usually lasts, especially in these conditions, 25 minutes to a half an hour. It's absolutely brutal.
We're keeping an eye on their vitals, their blood pressure, their pulse, and make sure they're not feeling woozy. You see a couple guys come out, they're really red, they're overexertion, possibly heat stroke at that time.
There were no injuries. They are still trying to figure out how that fire started.
The deputy fire chief says his firefighters make sure to show up to work hydrated and keep hydrated all day long on a hot day like this. Be sure in that kind of element, that kind of heat, you are drinking a lot of fluids too. Make sure they're non-alcoholic. Alcohol can help dehydrate you. Also, if you're outside, it's a good idea to wear lightweight, loose-fitting clothing, and be sure to check regularly on infants and the elderly, they are at greater risk from heat-related illness. And for all those tips, as well as a list of cooling centers, we have all the info you need on our website right now at WTNH.com.
And it was really hot. Triple digits up north, or not quite?
It felt like it.
Okay.
When you put the heat and the humidity together, it felt like 101 in Hartford for a little while this afternoon. The temperature at Windsor Locks made it to 96, a new high so far for the year. And it was 92 again today in Bridgeport. And then these thunderstorms came through. First, the storms moving through the northern half of Connecticut, and the second round coming through the southern half. And that's what we're going to focus in on right now. This weakening storm, Route 9, Route 95, Route 1, you can see that there's still some pretty steady rain showing up, but a lot fewer lightning strikes than we had earlier with this storm. And this is a storm that ripped right through Fairfield County, New Haven County, and then was starting to weaken as it went through Middlesex County. But from Norwich down to Montville, North Stonington, New London, Mystic, you're all going to get some rain, maybe a few lightning strikes, but the storm is gradually weakening. Lightning strikes showing up right around the Twin Forks there of Long Island. So this is a little problem for mariners. Lots of reports like this of some trees down and some branches down. This is from 5:02. This report came in. A tree down off El Grasso Boulevard in New Haven. So this storm at one point had some pretty strong winds at the leading edge of it. It is weakening some. More showers and storms, though, showing up off to our northwest. And I would say that in general, the thunderstorm threat continues for us until right around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. The severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect, though, for Connecticut, that ends at 8 o'clock this evening. That's not to say that it couldn't be extended by the Storm Prediction Center, but as of right now, it ends at 8 o'clock. Much drier weather settling in for Tuesday. Beautiful day. High temperature should be up to about 84, 85 degrees with lots of sunshine and comfortable conditions as far as the mugginess goes. On Wednesday, still pretty dry for us. High pressure in control, lots of sunshine. Beautiful day on Wednesday. And Thursday, not looking too bad either, although a gradual transition to some more humid weather by late in the day on Thursday. You can expect the temperature to be in the 80s on Thursday, but the mugginess will be increasing. And Friday, it's right back to some hot and some humid weather. So scattered evening thunderstorms for us. The threat ending right around midnight, then it turns less humid late tonight. Eventually, the temperature gets into the mid-60s inland and right around 70 at the shoreline to start tomorrow. Really nice day tomorrow. Nice refreshing northwesterly breeze. It'll be between 10 and 20 miles an hour. The shoreline temperature around 84. 85, inland around 84. So pretty uniform temperatures with that offshore breeze. Great day to be at the beach. 78 by around 10 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That temperature is up to around 83 degrees. All right, here's your 8-day forecast and the heat, the humidity returning for us. Thursday is 85, Friday around 90. It looks like it's going to stay hot this weekend. Still some questions about how hot it will be Saturday and Sunday. The temperature will eventually get up into the mid-90s for us on Saturday and Sunday, with the potential to get to around, say, 95 or 96 if we don't have some thunderstorms on Saturday.
All right, Fred.
All right, thanks so much.
All right.
Let's check out the day's sports. And Eric.
Live, this is Sports Edge, sponsored by your local Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Mystics' Matt Harvey had season-ending surgery today in St. Louis. The New York Mets pitcher had a procedure to alleviate thoracic outlet syndrome. Harvey also had his top rib removed in the surgery. The idea here to help relax muscles that were constricting a nerve between his neck and shoulder that were causing all these problems. Recovery time is about 6 months, so he should be ready for the 2017 season. Harvey was 4-10 before shutting it down earlier this month. The Summer Olympics begins in less than 3 weeks. Several athletes from our state getting set to head to Rio. Today, some major news coming out regarding cheating in international sports. The World Anti-Doping Agency is recommending that all Russian teams should be banned from the Summer Games. A report by the WADA accuses Russia of widespread state-sponsored cheating. Russia's security service allegedly falsified hundreds of drug tests dating back to 2011. International Olympic Committee executive board members will talk tomorrow about possible sanctions. Cycling with its share of issues over the years, but you can't beat the scenery on the Tour de France. What a finish during today's 16th stage in Switzerland. Slovakian Peter Sagan wins his third stage of this year's race. Talk about a close call, a photo finish. Sagan was able to just beat out Norway's Alexander Kristoff. I mean, it doesn't get much closer than that. So Sagan wins the stage, but the overall leader remains Chris Froome. Tomorrow, a rest day for the Tour. Time for a quick break. When we come back, quite a day at the ballpark for this young fan. We'll explain right after this. What a wild game between the Washington Nationals and Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday in the nation's capital. Pittsburgh beat the Nats 2-1 in 18 innings. The game lasted 5 hours and 48 minutes. And a little boy and his family rooting for the Pirates stayed for the whole thing to watch it happen. Maybe it was the bright green shirt or the cute smile, but TV cameras at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. spotted this young Pirate fan and kept an eye on him most of the afternoon. Caught him drinking some water, eating some candy, and even enjoying a hot dog.
Target in. Murphy to right. If it stays fair, it does. See you later. Game tied.
When the home team ties the game in the bottom of the ninth, you're sad. And when the game goes 18 innings, you get tired.
And that is going to put Pittsburgh on top. That ball is killed.
And when you realize your team has just taken the lead on a home run and won the game, you celebrate. You hug mom, and then you celebrate some more.
Is he cute or what?
The camera's always watching, right? 6 hours he sat through that game.
That was somebody's idea. That was a great idea to keep going back to that child.
That's baseball. You never know what you're going to see.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right. Fred's got one more check on your weather.
A few more thunderstorms are possible this evening, the threat ending right around midnight. It's Monday, but we're looking all the way down the road to the weekend forecast. And after getting some less humid weather in here for the midweek, the heat and the humidity, they return for this weekend. Saturday, the high temperature around 92. Now, if there's not a thunderstorm threat on Saturday, then it has the potential to be even hotter than that, with the temperature climbing in the mid to upper 90s, at least inland. On Sunday, the hot weather sticking around for us. Once again, looks like highs will be in the low to maybe mid 90s with mostly sunny skies. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Connecticut until 8 o'clock this evening. Again, scattered thunderstorms are possible, though, until around midnight.
All right, Fred, thanks.
Thanks so much.
That's it tonight for News 8 at 6.
See you later. Good night.
Good night.